Hello everyone, this is Man United Inside Again on it. Welcome back. Senior Man UTD players blaming Erik ten Hag's intense preseason for disappointing Premier League start. As injuries stack up for Red Devils, several senior Manchester United players believe Erik ten Hag's intense preseason training schedule is a major reason for the team's poor start. What happened? United have endured a difficult start to the new campaign, which has been compounded by the loss to injury of a host of key players. Ten Hag was left without two-thirds of his first-team squad earlier this season and has seen key players, including Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, and Luke Shaw, sidelined for long spells. Marcus Rashford, Andre Onana, Christian Eriksen, and Rasmus Højlund have added to United's injury problems over the international break. The bigger picture. There is a feeling within some members of the first-team squad that United's injury problems have been caused by an intense preseason training regime, according to The Guardian. The Red Devils played 8 friendlies and took in a 12-day trip to the United States over the summer that left players feeling overworked. Senior stars have complained about feeling as tired at the start of the season as they did at the end of the last campaign. United have been beaten 5 times already in the Premier League and sit bottom of their Champions League group with 1 win from 4 games. Did you know? United have lost as many as 9 of their opening 17 matches of a season in all competitions for the first time since 1973-74, which was the last season they were relegated. What next for Man UTD? Ten Hag is sweating on the fitness of several players ahead of United's clash against Everton on Sunday. Onana pulled out of international duty with a pelvic injury and is a doubt for the game, while Højlund and Eriksen could also miss the trip to Goodison Park. Rashford's fitness is also an area for concern after he picked up a problem on England duty after a clash with Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Last weekend, a report from Spain stated that Manchester United are very interested in signing Antoine Griezmann, to the point that they are willing to offer him 3 times more money than he is currently on at Atletico Madrid. Given that Griezmann's release clause is just €25 million, Los Calcaneros can do little to stop their talisman leaving, apart from hope that he turns down the opportunity to join the Premier League giants. Fortunately, it appears that Griezmann is prepared to do that, should Man United, or any club, come in with an offer. Fabrizio Romano has reported that the Frenchman only wants to remain at Atleti. Griezmann has been in spectacular form so far in 2023, and if Atletico Madrid are to challenge for the La Liga title this season, they would need him to remain at the club and in top form. The first part of that is guaranteed. Now it remains to be seen whether he can continue producing excellent performances. I have no doubt pundit predicts move £4.56 rated. Striker Man United are big admirers of Manchester United, have been scouring the market for new attacking options recently, and their latest marquee signing was Rasmus Højlund during the summer transfer window. The £72 million signing is yet to get himself off the mark in the Premier League, but he has hit the ground running for the Reds in Europe. Højlund has netted an impressive 5 goals in just 4 Champions League appearances, although his efforts were unable to contribute to a single win. Earlier this month, Football Insider reported that United were interested in signing Brighton's Evan Ferguson, just days after he had penned a new deal with the Seagulls. The Reds are big admirers of the rising star, and despite his new terms, they remain undeterred and continue to monitor his progress ahead of a potential future move. Former England and Tottenham Hotspur goalkeeper Paul Robinson has weighed in on United's Ferguson interest and believes the 19-year-old will soon move away from Brighton, whether that's to Old Trafford or somewhere else. I have no doubt, and no disrespect to Brighton because they are a European club, but he will move on to bigger and better. He will move to a Champions League side, he's that good. Whether that's now or 2 or 3 years down the line, it will happen, Robinson told Football Insider. Man United have invested heavily in Rasmus Højlund, and I think that's coming to fruition. You can see it with the goals he's scored in the Champions League. He needs time and with good players around him, and if he gets the service that he needs, he's proven he can score, and I think he will in the Premier League. They don't need Ferguson at the moment. But if anyone could in the future, then they won't be the only ones knocking at the door. Ferguson has really started to turn heads this season, especially after his hat-trick performance against Newcastle. At just 19 years of age, his transfer market value is already at an impressive €65. Bruno Fernandes accused of disrespect to Manchester United teammates with captaincy trait. Fernandes has been told by former Man United striker Andy Cole he is not being a team player when he gesticulates at his teammates. Former Manchester United striker Andy Cole believes Bruno Fernandes is being disrespectful to his teammates when he throws his arms in frustration while wearing the armband during matches. Cole described the playmaker's captaincy style as different and says he understands his mentality given that times have moved on. Fernandes has been critiqued for his gesticulative manner when games are going against United. He took further heat for putting an arm towards an official when skippering the side in last season's 7-0 defeat to Liverpool, and for his aggressive tackles towards the end of the 3-0 defeat to Manchester City last month. Fernandes took on the captaincy from Harry Maguire over the summer, having often been bestowed the honor when Maguire was benched for the majority of last term. Many agreed Fernandes was the correct choice for the role at the time, although some have questioned Erik ten Hag's decision since. Roy Keane said he would have stripped the Portugal star of the captaincy after the Derby defeat, while Gary Neville suggested the midfielder may be best giving up the role at the end of the season. However, there has been concern over a lack of alternative skipper options at the club, with Cole being one of those uneasy with the current situation. He unpacked his thought about Fernandes as captain when recently speaking to Betfred. First and foremost, captains now are different to captains in my day, and they lead in a different way, Cole said. If you look at all the captains in the Premier League currently, how many of them share characteristics with captains from 10 or 20 years ago? Not many do. There's talk about Bruno Fernandes not being the right choice for captain, but if you look around the Manchester United dressing room currently, then who else would you give the captaincy to instead? There's not 4 or 5 standout contenders. When I was at the club, you could have possibly given the captaincy to Yap, Stam, Dennis, Irwin, Peter, Schmeichel, Giggsy, Ryan Giggs, or Scholesy, Paul Scholes. There were so many options back then, but nowadays, players are different and lead in a different way. Commenting on Fernandes' style of captaincy, Cole said he can come across as having a lack of respect for his colleagues at times. He added, "Bruno leads in a different way and I understand it. I can also understand that people don't want to see a captain waving his arms about in frustration, which I personally believe is disrespectful to his teammates, but at this moment in time, he's the man and he will captain the side in a way which he believes is beneficial to himself and his teammates."